everywhere, except where something is.
Hello, ladies and gents. Today, well, before anything, welcome to another segment of the E-Nigma show. Today, I'll be discussing and reviewing Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman! Wonder Woman! Wonder Woman. Spoilers I'll give later. I'm just gonna start right off the bat. Wow. First of all, when I went to go see Wonder Woman, I went in there with a super open mind. I didn't want to expect anything. I didn't want to go in there with high expectations of the film or whatnot. So I went in there like completely open-minded, putting everything out the window. I wanted to enjoy it because BVS, Suicide Squad, I went in there hoping for so much. So this one I went in there with nothing. If it did bad, okay. The movie threw me out of a loop. It was extremely good. It was very well directed, very well directed. Everything looked visually amazing. The mascara looked super beautiful, super beautiful. I'm trying to not give any spoilers in the beginning, but sorry if you hear the airplane. But yeah, it was from beginning to end. It starts with like of course like her talking about her past. It's like the present time her talking about her past. So we go to the past and we see everything, which is like the whole movie. The whole movie is like a recollection of what she's of what she's been through and stuff. Of her first time seeing mankind, a world outside of the mascara. And I thought it was just really well done. Unlike like for me, like Thor, because Thor and Wonder Woman are almost kind of the same. So when Thor comes to Earth, it's just like I don't know how they did Thor for me. I didn't like Thor 1. I didn't like Thor 2. I'm gonna like Thor Ragnarok. I feel it, but I didn't like it. But this one, I thought it was gonna have the same thing, where we're getting an origin story, and it's just like So I was going in there like not that much of expecting a lot, but I was blown away. Especially, I know more than just general knowledge of Wonder Woman. I used to read Wonder Woman comics. Not now. I don't read Rebirth stuff, but pre-52. I used to read a lot of pre-52 everything, and and a lot of new 52 comics too, Wonder Woman stuff. But they hit a lot on the money, especially with her character alone. Just like her beliefs and stuff, and her just wanting to go straight into war, like battle, 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 battle. Like this, I felt like personally, they kind of capitalized on this, on this Amazonian princess. Like this, I felt like they capitalized on it. I felt like they did justice to the Wonder Woman lore. And as for Gal Gadot, sorry if I said her name wrong. I thought she was perfect to me. Again, my opinion. I had a lot of like, is she gonna be Wonder Woman? I was hype. Don't get me wrong. Of course, like from watching Fast and the Furious movies, seeing her body type. I'm not trying to shame her body or anything. She wasn't like she was too skinny. But she bulked up a little bit. She bulked up. I thought it was still maybe a little. I needed a little bit more. And then I saw watch her BVS. I'm like, oh, I can deal with it. I can see this. I can. This is fine. That's fine. That's great. I want to see. I don't want to say like her acting was super good in BVS because we barely see her. She barely has any lines. So, as visually and her fighting and everything, I thought it was good in BVS. Now, jumping into Wonder Woman. Her acting changed for me, anyways, from Fast and the Furious to Wonder Woman. I felt like it was a huge leap. I felt like she really, like you can tell she really kind of like really took this a serious role, because before all this, she was about to give up acting, or it's not give up, like retire in acting, since Zack Snyder gave her the phone call. Um, I think she was. I think right now she's like the hope of the DC universe, and film wise, it was successful. I can nitpick. I'm going to nitpick. That's definitely gonna happen. But I thought Gal Gadot was great. I thought she was a great Wonder Woman. Now, spoilers, getting it out here right now. I have a list of some of the actors just in case I forgot their names. There was three freaking villains in this movie. They Spider-Maned it. There's four fight scenes, and I'm like, who the fuck is she fighting? Um, let's start with Danny Houston as General Lundernoff. We've seen him in X-Men Origins, terrible movie. We've seen him in, is it 100, 30, 300, 28 Days of Night? I think it's 28 Days of Night, the movie's called. I'm sorry if I messed it up. Where he's the vampire, and then the guy's like, oh my god, and he goes, no god. Great, he's such an amazing actor. I find him, every time I hear he's a villain, I get hyped, because he does a really great job. And in this, he did a great job. The scene when Dr. Poison gives him this pheromone type thing, and he breathes it in, and it gives him enhanced strength for like a short period of time. I'm assuming like for a couple of hours maybe. It gives him enhanced strength. And when Wonder Woman finds him, and he takes the medicine, and Wonder Woman and him have like this fight, I was like, holy shit. He was actually like holding his own, but then she like beat the shit out of him. Like that lasso whipped him, picked him up in the air, and slammed him. That's the first spoiler. Dr. Poison, I think she was good. Of course, from the trailers, it looked like she was gonna be the main villain, but then you hear that Ares is confirmed. When I heard Ares was confirmed, I'm like, okay, he's definitely gonna be the main villain. And then watching the whole movie, you're like, who the hell is Ares? Because she's looking for him, and then I'm realizing, is she just really just bugging? There's really no Ares in this film. Then you figure it out that Ares was one of those he worked for the government, the British government or whatever, played by David Thewlis, aka Mr. Lupin from Harry Potter. May he rest in peace. He was so great. He was a werewolf. But yeah, he played Ares, and that was like the twist. But he was a badass. He was beating the shit out of Wonder Woman. Oh my god. But yeah, the fight between Ares and Wonder Woman was insane. Was crazy. He was just using so much magic and his power to take her out. What are the first fight scene? Of course, like the training montage, not montage, but the training of her in the beginning. That was cool. When the Germans came to Themyscira, and then you see the Amazonians versus the Germans, and not Hippolyta. How do you pronounce that girl's name? Anope, I think it is. When they flip her with the shield, then she comes with like the three bows, and then kills those three generals. Oh my god, that was cool. That whole scene was cool. What was the next fight scene? Oh no, it's titled No Man's Land. When it's a scene where Chris Pine and his like team of ragtag folk and Diana, they're going through the trenches, and they're trying to get to another part in Germany, and they tell Diana hears she sees like victims, she sees people torn limbs, she sees a mother with her child crying, and they're saying that there's people, they still have people over the trench, but they can't get there because the Germans have machine guns, and there's basically, when the war, no man's land, no one can go from one side to the other, they're stuck. So she takes it upon herself to just like, no, I'm not going anymore. This is the fight right here. This is the war. She wants to free these people, and that's what I loved. It was just like that hope, and that's what I like about with for Wonder Woman. Like, yes, she's an Amazonian, but the love that she has for to save lives, to bring peace and order is so great. And I felt like the whole No Man's Land scene when she comes up, takes off her cloak that she has on, and you see her come out the trench, and for the first time in the film, and almost an hour has passed in the movie, and this is the first time in the film you actually see her from head to toe in the Wonder Woman armor, and the bullet, she just stops one bullet, then another, and another, and another, and then it starts to get too much. She brings out the shield, and you just see her holding it, like, oh my god, that was so cool. And then she becomes a distraction. She's holding the shield right there. Everyone else is like, oh, they're all focused on her. Let's attack. They attack, get to the Germans on the other side, stop the trenches. Then they go into this little city, and there's this cool scene, like you see in the trailer, when she's in that little, that apartment type area, and she beats the shit and kills those Germans in there. After that scene, she gets out the window, and she's like in this open field area, like this open area, and there's Germans surrounding her everywhere. And I think they shoot like a rocket or something at her, but her shield and sword get knocked out of her hand. It's weird. They get knocked out of her hand, and she's just looking around with no shield and sword. And I'm like, okay, this is where I thought somebody was going to interfere and save her. No, she pulled out the lasso and just went apeshit. She just started grabbing one guy, flinging him in another. She trucked a freaking tank. She just smashed the shit out of it, and she's just like beating everybody with just her lasso. And I was like, this is awesome. And that's the part of Wonder Woman that they capitalize also, that she will never give up. She did not stop. Even when she loses the lasso, the sword, the shield, everything, she will still keep going, and they kept that. That she's like this force, this unstoppable force, and I just love that about Wonder Woman. And then it's even when her fight with Ares, and you feel like she's it's almost like over and everything, because Ares has her on the ground crumbling. But then you see, while she's on the ground crumbling, she sees her friends on the side about to get killed by Germans. And then she looks up. Chris Pine, Steve Trevor, is in the airplane with all the poisonous gas that he's trying to get away. And then the plane explodes because he suicides himself to save the world. He tells him, I can save today, but you can save the world. And when she sees him for the first time, a guy throughout the film, they get romantic feelings. They sleep with each other. I'm calling it. They slept with each other, and she has feelings. Even if it's not in love, I feel like she loves him. Even if she can love somebody, you can love somebody without being in love with them. So even if she's not in love, I don't know if it's in love, just from the way of it, it's too soon maybe, but she had some strong feelings when she sees him die, and she goes berserker, breaks out of the confines that Ares had her in, and she goes like this god killer berserker mode, and just every German in her way, she's just going like super fast, beating this shit out of all of them. And then Ares tries to step up to her, and then like Ares just hitting her with lightning, and she's just grabbing it, and it absorbs all of Ares like energy and shit, and then deflects it back at him and kills him. It was awesome. It was awesome. But I love the movie. I thought it was really good. If I have to nitpick, it's hard. If I have to nitpick, maybe if she was a little bit bulkier, just maybe. Maybe a little less comedy for certain things. I don't know. But other than that, I don't know really what to nitpick that much. I thought it was a great film. I would give it an 8.5. An 8.5 or a 9. Also, one of my favorite scenes of the movie, when it goes back to the present, when the movie started, she was given a photo by Bruce Wayne, and she puts the photo back inside of, the photo is framed. He found the original copy of the photo and sent it to her. Adorable. this guy's a beast. And so she puts it in the frame. She still has Steve Trevor's old watch. Puts it in a suitcase thing. She closes it. She's writing an email to Bruce. I'm assuming the email contains everything we saw in the movie. And it's just cool. She's like, thank you. And you just see Bruce Wayne's name. I was like, yes, Justice League. And then there's dialogue in the back and everything. And then I guess you can hear like screaming or whatever in the background. She slowly turns around, jumps out the window. You find out she's still in London. Jumps out the window, complete Wonder Woman gear, and just slowly coming towards the camera. For some reason, I think it was like sunset, or no, sundown. It was like almost sundown. And just slowly coming towards the camera. I thought that whole scene was awesome. It was cool. But yeah, that's my review on Wonder Woman. Thought it was a great movie. All the actors did good. Again, I would have to nitpick, but I don't really even know what to nitpick. But I thought it would, again, 8.5. I'll give the movie 8.5. 8 or 8.5. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. My next video would probably be Pirates of the Caribbean. And then I'm doing a discussion next week. Doing a discussion. I'm going to find one of my friends and we're going to do a discussion about something comic book related. And we're just going to go back and forth on opposing things. Probably a superhero versus. Who would win? Yeah, probably do an interesting who would win. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and share.